My phrase workflow process. I've added this section specifically as I see a lot of people buying Frase but then struggling with the best way to use it. Frase has a lot of functionality and features. It takes some time to get to know the tool and how best to use it. Initial research. I do all of my keyword research using a combination of AHrefs and manual SEO research. I study the top 10 results in Google to check intent, whether or not I can rank, etc., and I take a quick look at the top few articles to see what they have covered. For content briefs, I use a custom template, different ones for different types of article, into which I then put the headings and subheadings I want the writer to use, based on the info in the topic score tab. I've made my main content briefing template available for readers of this Frase review, so feel free to use it. You may also find this guide useful how to brief a copywriter. I then add external authority source links and internal links that I want the writer to link to in the article. In addition, I add links to the most authoritative articles on the topic for background research. I also add any questions I want answering if the article is going to include a FAQs section. Then I share a link to the non-editable brief within the team Trello board, where the writer can just pick up an article, look at the brief and start writing. When the completed article comes back, I will then import it into Frase and optimize it if required. Then I will copy and paste it into WordPress, format it, add images, etc., and publish it. One thing I will point out about my content creation process is that, whilst it allows me a lot of control in terms of exactly what I want to be covered, it doesn't scale very well. If I was using a large team of writers to produce a lot of content, I would do things differently. I listened to a podcast interview the other day with John Dykstra from the Fat Stacks blog. He produces a ton of content each month via a large team of writers. I think he said he spends between $8,000 $15,000 per month on content. Yikes. His process is that writers have access to a spreadsheet with all the article titles, keywords that he wants to target. The writers have access to, in his case, Market Muse, and they write the article in there. Then he has a VA pick it up, quality check it, and then format it in WordPress, ready for him to do a quick check and hit publish. So he just focuses on the keyword research, doesn't write a brief, and makes the writers responsible for optimization. If you are producing a lot of content, via a team, that's the way to do it. You have to live with less control and I'd say a really good VA, editor to maintain quality though. For content I'm writing myself. I write my own articles directly in Frase. I don't write a detailed content brief. Instead, I go straight to the My Content tab and pull together an article structure, i.e. the headings, FAQs, etc., and then I write the article. I tend to ignore what's going on in terms of the content score, topics tab, etc. whilst I'm actually writing, and just write what I feel is comprehensive content. When I've completed my first draft, I then optimize it. For me, I have found that just writing the article, without worrying about what Frase is telling me in the right-hand panel, and then optimizing it gives me the quickest content creation time and the most natural content flow. I know other users who will do their content writing in Google Docs and then optimize it in Frase to avoid the potential distractions of being tempted to keep looking at your topic score. Content planning tool. You can do some basic content planning, tracking from the main documents page, which shows all the docs you have produced in Frase. You can set the document status to a predefined status: researching, writing, optimizing, completed, or published. You can also set a date and assign it to an owner, if you have multiple users, seats. It's pretty basic but a useful feature to have. SEO add-on, optional extra. This keyword research tool is another fairly new feature that gives you some key SEO stats such as keyword volume, domain authority, backlinks, etc. when performing certain tasks. It also unlocks some enhanced features like additional keyword modifiers in the outline builder area. The SEO data comes from a combo of moz and keywords everywhere. Frase answer engine. Whilst I've very much focused on Frase as an AI-based content optimization tool, there is another completely separate part of Frase, which is the answer engine. Frase Answers is an AI-powered tool you can install on your website. It analyzes the content of your site and turns it into answers that a site visitor can access via a search or via a chatbot. Prices starting at $200 per month, but that includes the team-level plan for Frase content. In the next video, we will talk about, does Frase actually work or not? Stay tuned.